In this part, we have an example where we have a binomial multiplying with a trinomial. So this is going to entail with foiling. And just like in the previous section, when you're multiplying corresponding variables together, you're just going to add the exponents. So before we go into foiling, we must review that the x and y here, it has invisible exponent of 1. So let's write the invisible of 1 on the x and on the y. And basically we're just going to go straight into it when we're foiling. So we're going to start off with the 3x squared, or 3x to the second power. So 3x squared times 4x to the third will be 12x, adding the exponents together will be 5. 3x to the second power times negative 5xy will be negative 15. X, the square, the 2 with the 1, so it's going to be x to the third. There's no y with the 3x to the second power, so we're just going to carry the y from negative 5xy. And then 3x to the second power times negative 6y to the second power will be negative 18, because of 3 times negative 6. There's no corresponding variable, so it's just going to be x to the second power with the y to the second power next to each other, just like that. Afterwards, we're going to do the second half of FOIL. So negative 2y to the third times 4x to the third, that would be negative 8 x to the third, y to the third. Since there's no corresponding variables, we're just going to put it next to each other. Negative 2y to the third times negative 5xy. So it's going to be plus 10. There's no corresponding x, but we do have a corresponding y. We're going to add their exponents here, which is going to be to the fourth. And then negative 2y to the third times negative 6y to the second power will be positive 12y. We're going to add the exponents since we're multiplying corresponding y's, so it's going to be y to the fifth power. Now let's take a look. Can we add any terms together? No x to the fifth, no more x third y, no x to the second power, y to the second power, no more x to the third power, no more y to the third power, no more x, y to the fourth power, and then there's no more y to the fifth power. So this is basically our term, or our answer, since there's no combined like terms. So we just leave it like that. Don't worry about putting this in order. I'm not going to ask you in standard form. Simply just multiply and then combine the terms if you can. In this example, we cannot. So this is our final answer. And then always double check when you're multiplying with different signs or same sign. Alright, here we have another example of a binomial multiplying with a trinomial. So just like in the last example, we're just going to FOIL. So I'm going to do the first half of foiling. So 4x times 8x squared will be positive 8x to the third. 4x times negative 3xy will be negative 12x squared y. And again, we have that corresponding x's, and we're multiplying with the x's with their invisible 1 exponents. And then 4x times 7y squared will be plus 28xy squared. No corresponding variables to multiply together, so we're just going to put them next to each other, the x and the y. Alright, the other side of foiling. Negative 5y times 2x squared will be negative 10x squared y. Negative 5y times negative 3xy will be positive 15x y to the second power. The corresponding y multiplies, so I'm adding the exponent. And then negative 5y times 7y squared will be minus or negative 35 y to the third. Alright, let's check if we can do any combined like terms. No x to the third, any x squared y, we do 1, 2. And then let's check x y squared, we do 1, 2, 1, 2. So here's our combined like terms. So it's going to be 8x to the third, and then I'm going to combine the negative 12x squared y with the negative 10x squared y. That's going to become minus 22x squared y. And then I'm going to combine 28xy squared with the 15xy squared. So it's going to be plus 43xy squared. And I'm bringing down minus 35 y to the third. So in this example, we did have combined like terms, and then this is our final answer. So let me box that up. So 8x to the third minus 22x squared y plus 43xy squared minus 35y to the third. So double check we have any combined like terms, make sure we have positive exponents, and that's pretty much it.